All right, welcome in everyone. We have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. Number one, an artificial food dye is now banned by the FDA. We also have details on the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas, and a 70-year-old man arrested on child sex abuse charges. All of that and more coming up on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
All right, everyone, I'm Asher Red. Welcome into News 5 Now. We're glad to have you here. We've got our big stories of the day, the question of the day, and the poll of the day. So let's go ahead and get everything started with those big stories that I just mentioned. Number 5, the Food and Drug Administration bans the use of Red 3 artificial food dye. The dye has been used in things like cough syrup, cereal, and snack foods. Today's decision comes nearly 35 years after it was banned from cosmetics because of a potential cancer risk. The dye will be phased out of food and drugs by January of 2028. Number 4, a college student in Auburn finds herself on the wrong side of the law after she allegedly left a puppy in a crate, leading to its death. Southern Union student 18-year-old Taylor Colbert turned herself in early yesterday morning on a felony charge of aggravated cruelty to animals. Police say she left her husky puppy named Sky locked in a kennel in her room for several days over holiday break without food or water. A roommate found the dead puppy and contacted Auburn Animal Control. According to friends and acquaintances of Colbert, this wasn't her first instance of alleged mistreatment involving animals under her care. Colbert was released on a $5,000 bond. Number 3, a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. Officials say the Israeli government and the organization have agreed to a truce in Gaza and the release of dozens of hostages after more than 15 months of war. Nearly 100 people are still captive inside Gaza. The plan still needs approval from the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet. Number 2, part of Section Street leading into downtown Fairhope reopens. Today, the southbound lane of the busy street reopened to traffic more than 2 weeks after part of the road was washed away during stormy weather. Work continues on the northbound lanes. And number 1, a month-long investigation has led to the arrest of a 70-year-old Fairhope man on child sex abuse charges. Gerald Bauman allegedly walked up to a Fairhope police officer on patrol and told him that he needed to talk to him about something, and that conversation led him in jail. Prosecutors told the judge that Bauman confessed to the crimes. The alleged victims, both under the age of 12 years old, came forward last month with allegations of sexual abuse. Bauman was given a $25,000 bond with conditions not to have any contact with anyone under the age of 18 and to be placed on house arrest with a GPS monitor. And that's a look at some of the big stories this hour. We want to go ahead and go over to our question of the day. And this one definitely got a lot of comments. So this one is, we wanted to know, former Lady Michelle Obama will not attend President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration next week. What are your thoughts? Before we get into this, I don't write these questions. So I will say whatever I'm about to read in this comment section, which there's a lot of stuff. I'm going to scoot my chair down real quick so I can fit in this window for you. Whatever is in here is not my view. It is not the view of WKRG. This is all your opinions, all right? So, like I said, we got 1.3 thousand comments, so there's only a small amount of these that I'm actually going to see. Someone says, let's see, they will turn off their TV and never watch the, quote, criminal president. Guessing that is referring to Donald Trump and that. Let's skip through all the replies to this because you never know what you're going to get into with some of these questions. Okay, so Claudette Gordon says, Michelle Obama did not attend the funeral for Jimmy Carter, so why would she be there? It's a total disrespect. And she's right. She didn't attend President Jimmy Carter's funeral. Where's Michelle, right? So yeah, there's that. A lot of people replying to that as well. Someone, Nathaniel Rod, saying she is real for that. Wait, where did I go? There we go. Saying she is real for that. So I guess saying that she is in support of that. Dana Angela Lott says no one will miss her at all. Man, some of you guys are just ruthless. Okay, so I want to put some fact into this while I have you here. So here's kind of what I did some research before I came in here. So a lot of people argue that it is tradition for a presidential family or a first family to be there for the next president's inauguration. So I pulled some facts. Trump did not attend Joe Biden's inauguration back when, 4 years ago. He was the first president in 152 years to not do so. Now, Trump isn't the only one. According to the White House Historical Association, John Quincy Adams, two different people, Martin Van Buren and Andrew Johnson did not show up to their successors' inauguration. So it's not like it's never been done before. Yes, it is a traditional formality. Michelle Obama also, I confirmed before I came in here, did not invite the next vice president-elect's family to tour the vice presidential home. So definitely a lot of it's a new age, I would say, of politics, and I think that's a lot of what we're going to be seeing. So thanks for bearing with me through some of those heated comments. Hopefully we can move forward as a nation. That's all I hope after reading some of that. All right, so we want to go ahead and move over to our poll of the day. We wanted to know, will the Kansas City Chiefs win a third straight Super Bowl? Here's how you voted. 58% of you say no, they will not win their third straight Super Bowl, and 42% of you say yes. For the 42% of you, I want to know, are you Taylor Swift fans? Question. Someone, friend of mine was asking. No, so the question I thought about it was, should they win the next Super Bowl? Because I know Taylor Swift drives in a lot of views to the NFL. Personally, I kind of hope they don't win. I'm kind of tired of seeing the Kansas City Chiefs up there all the time, in my opinions. But yeah, so it's interesting to see how you guys thought. They are, there's been some arguments. Maybe they're not the best football team in the NFL this year, but some people think they are. So with that being said, we want you to go ahead and go over to Facebook. Like the WKRG Facebook page. If you like this podcast, you'll get notifications whenever we're on every day at 8 o'clock, 12:30, and 5:30. We want you to go ahead and answer our next question of the day. That is, a woman lost $850,000 to scammers posing as Brad Pitt. What is the craziest scam you have heard of? That one tops it for me. I read that story earlier today. So these scammers, for those who might not know, these scammers were pretending to be Brad Pitt, and this lady thought that she was in a romantic relationship with the actor, and didn't turn out too well for her. Be careful who you talk to on the internet. And go ahead and vote in our next Facebook poll. We want you to vote on this. Mobile purchased 18 bollards, portable bollards, ahead of Mardi Gras. Do you think that this will make the carnival season safe? This is a story I actually covered yesterday. So Mobile has never used bollards, to my knowledge, in Mardi Gras. They've always used those like metal gate barriers, I guess, that they line up on the streets and they put their cars in front of them so you can't get through. We want you to vote if you think that'll make the carnival season safer. I will say the city will also be using cars, of course, city cars and police cars and whatnot, parked in strategic locations to prevent people from driving through a parade route. All of this is in response to what happened in New Orleans on New Year's Day that killed 14 people. So, unfortunately, with the way our world is now, it is pretty necessary to make some of these changes. And those changes cost a lot of money. This one cost the city $167,000 yesterday. So, anyways, with that being said, we'll be right back here tomorrow with those results. But in the meantime, I hope you have a great evening. Go enjoy dinner if you haven't had it already, and be right back here tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Have a good day.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.